Hi everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about income tax in that capital gain. So before definition, let me see what are the concept we are going to discussing today in this unit. What is the chargeability and capital asset mean what? Basic charges and types of capital asset and types of capital gain and what is the format to computation of capital gain, what is the general provisions and exemptions and simple problems. In the process of making assessment, the next step is to compute taxable income under the head of income. This chapter explains the computation of taxable income under the fourth header capital gain. What is the chargeability? An income is chargeable under the head of capital gain when income is gained on transfer of capital asset. For understanding the chargeability under this head, it is essential to understand the meaning of the term capital asset and transfer. Capital asset means according to section 2 subsection 14, capital asset means property of any kind, whether fixed or circulating, movable or immovable, tangible or intangible. Besides, it includes any right in relation to an Indian company, including right to management or control or any other right whatever. Property of any kind held by the assessee, whether or not in connection with business or profession. Or, in the one more definition, any security held by a foreign institutional investors who has converted into such security in accordance with the regulation made under the Security and Exchange Board of India Act 1992, but does not include the following. First, stock in trade other than security referred to above are raw materials or consumable stores held for the purpose of business. Personal movable effects other than jewelry, archaeological collections, drawings, paintings, and sculptures or work of arts, we can call. Agriculture land in rural area in India, 6.5% gold bonds, 7% gold bonds, national defense gold bonds issued by the central government, special bearer bonds 1991, gold bonds issued under the gold depositor scheme under 1999. Here, what is the capital asset means what is non-capital asset? Capital asset means which can be earned income, residential house, urban land, building, plant, machinery, investment, leasehold right, jewelry, goodwill. These are called capital asset. And non-capital asset means the stock in trade, consumable store, and raw materials held by the assessee for the purpose of business or a profession. And the gold bonds, 6.5% gold bonds, 7% gold bonds, national defense gold bonds are non-capital assets. So how we are going to computing short-term capital gain and long-term capital gain. First, we need to take a particular inner column amount, then outer column amount. The next thing, first you will take sale consideration. In the problem only, they will give sale consideration value and transfer expenses. I will explain what is the transfer expenses means. Sale consideration value, transfer expenses, after the deduction you will get a net sale consideration. Next one, less cost of acquisition. Next one, cost of improvement. Then after the deduction you will get a gross short-term capital gain. Next, less exemption under section 54B and 54D, 54G and 54GA. Here, sale consideration means when the consideration is received in installment, the entire value of consideration must be considered for computing capital gain. The consideration refers what the transferor receive and is entitled to receive for the capital asset transferred. Consideration includes special transaction as been later explained under special provisions. Transfer expenses includes Transfer expenses includes the direct expenditure and indirect expenditure to transferring of an asset. It includes advertisement expenses, brokerage, stamp duty, registration fees, legal expenses, in transfer expenses. Amount paid to the existing tenant of property for vacate and handling over peaceful peaceful vacate possession in the deductible as transfer expenditure. Cost of acquisition means what it is including in cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition is the price paid by the assessee, whatever price we are paid by the assessee for the acquiring the asset or amount incurred by the assessee to acquire the asset. To purchasing of one asset, how much expenditure was spent, that expenditure is called cost of acquisition. Interest on loan taken for acquiring a capital asset. Interest on loan taken for acquiring as a capital asset used by the assessee in his business or profession till the asset become operational. It is a part of cost of an acquisition, and it includes certain special transaction has been later explained in special provisions. Cost of improvement means the relation to capital asset being goodwill of a business or right to manufacture, producer or process any article, things, etc. The relation includes where the capital asset become property of provisions owner of the assessee before 1st April 2001. It will be all capital expenditure. The only capital expenditure includes asset acquired after 1 April 2001. All capital expenditure incurred in making any additions or alteration to the capital asset by the assessee. So next one, the exemption. What are the exemptions is there? Let me see when we are going to solve the problems. And next one, capital asset on the basis of holding short term and long term we can classify it. The first one, types of asset is that long term when we can call and when we can call it short term. When less than or equal to 12 months, less than equal to 12 months, we can consider as a short term asset. If more than 12 months, we are used the asset, acquired asset means a long term we can call it. And unlisted shares, equity or preference shares transferred after 1 April 2016, immovable property, if less than 24 months, that means less than 2 years, we can consider as a short term, and more than 2 years, we can consider as a long term. Here, first we need to see listed shares and unlisted shares. If listed shares means less than 1 year short term and more than 1 year long term asset. Unlisted shares less than 2 years considered as a short term asset, more than 2 years considered as a long term asset. Depreciable asset. This category includes asset which fulfill the condition specified under section 32, then always short term asset. Other asset as not covered under the above category, less than or equal to 36 months, that means 3 years holding short term, more than 3 years considered as a long term asset. And index cost of acquisition. Index cost of acquisition and index cost of improvement. Index cost refers, what do you mean by that? At the present value of the total cost incurred in the past. It is the sum of actually cost It is the sum of actually cost incurred in the past and the opportunity cost of the fund held in the asset. For the purpose of computing taxable long-term capital gain, index cost of acquisition and index cost of improvement must be deducted. For the calculating index cost, central government has notified the cost inflation index, that is CII, we can call shortly CII, which is calculated on basis of 75% of average rise in the consumer price index urban for the immediately preceding previous year, such as previous year. The following the CIA index is the financial year and index value, financial year index value. From 2001 to 2002 up to 2018-19, we can identify this CII value. They will mention in the problem itself. Based on the CII value, we will calculate CII improvement and acquisition. The formula for cost of inflation index, that is index cost of acquisition, actually cost of acquisition are fair market value of the asset on 1 April 2001, or the option of the asset, that is actually cost of asset divided by 100 into index for the year of transfer. That means this value will take in the index for the year of transfer. Next one, the small problem given, one small problem. Mr. K purchased some gold jewelry for rupees 45,000 in June 1999. The fair market value of that jewelry on 1st April 2001 was rupees 2 lakh. During 2004-5, he got the jewelry studded with the diamond costing rupees 60,000 on 23 November 2018. He sold the jewelry for rupees 96 lakh. Okay, 96 lakh. Calculate taxable capital gain. So first year, jewelry is a part of other category of the asset. They are not mentioned listed shares or unlisted shares. Jewelry is a part of other category of asset. So being held by the assessee, for 4 preceding exceeding 36 months, it is long-term nature. First, you will take particular inner column, outer column amount, sale consideration value, sale consideration of transfer of jewelry, that is 96 lakh. Transfer expenses, they are not mentioned here, that is nil. Then we will take 96 lakh only. Less index cost of acquisition. That means the purchasing of 1st April value, that is 2 lakh divided by 100 into cost of inflation index at present, that is 2018-19, 280. 2 lakh divided by 100 into 2 lakh, 2 lakh divided by 100 into 280, you will get a 5,60,000 rupees. And index cost of improvement, 6 lakh divided by 113 into 280, then we will get 14,86,726. Total values 20,46,726. After deduction, you will get taxable long-term capital gain is 75,53,274. And for 2018 question paper, one problem I will solve one problem. 2018 question paper. Mr. Anand sold the following areas during financial year 18-19. This is 2000 May, June 2019 become question paper. First we will take, there are 3 items there again. One is residential house, one is debenture, one is personal mobile phone, and personal gold ornaments and next one CII index values. Year wise CII they are given in the problem CII. Okay, 2018-19 question paper. First one we will take residential house long-term capital. Second one debentures and personal gold. Because personal mobile phone is not a capital asset. Hence, capital gain is not computed on it. So first one sale consideration is 98 lakh and debenture is 5 lakh 75,000 and 65 lakh. Next one, less commission paid, that is sale consider, that is expenditure values, 1,96,000 per residential house, and no expenditure for debentures and personal gold also. After deducting, we'll get 96 lakh 4,000 and 5 lakh 75,000 and 65 lakh. Index cost of acquisition, I given a note. Index cost of acquisition of the residential house, 7 lakh, that is 7 lakh 25,000 rupees into 280 by 100 or 7 lakh 25,000 by 100 into 280 also you can calculate. 20 lakh 30,000, first one will take 20 lakh 30,000. Second one, index cost of improvement for residential house, 3 lakh 80,000 into 280 by 148, 7 lakh 18,919. There is improvement only there. For the second one, same you will follow, 6 lakh 50,000 into 2 lakh 80, sorry, 6 lakh 50,000 into 280 by 220 is equals to 8 lakh 27,273 for last one, that is personal gold. After deducting from this 96 lakh 4,000 from these two values, we get 68 lakh 55,081. Then 75,000 is 5 lakh 75 minus 5 lakh 75,000. Then 56 lakh 72,727. Exemptions under section 54. Exemption under section 54. 35 lakh rupees we can take for the residential long-term asset. 33 lakh 55,081, 75,000, 56 lakh 72,727. This is the taxable capital gain. So thank you.